Mhm. All right. Oh, all right. Let me put the echo off myself. All right, everybody. How's everybody feeling? Hope everyone is awesome. Um, if you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, definitely comment replay. We'd love to know who is here. I would love to know who's here, honey. Who is here? Who is live? Because I can't see until you say something. All right. Hey, Ayana. Hello, hello, hello. This is gonna be a good conversation today. Um, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Just want to make sure y'all not be trying to like the cameras and stuff. Okay. So first of all, welcome to Monday. I can't believe it's Monday. We're already in, what is this, day number 7? Is it the 7th? 8th? See, I'm behind. It's the 7th. Lord Jesus, help us. I mean, geez. Okay. It is the 8th. It is. It is. It's the 8th. This is crazy. Time is not slowing down for anybody. Welcome, welcome, and welcome again. Hey, Amira. Hey, Monica. Okay, y'all. So, first of all, thank you so much for taking out your time to be here. Um, as we, kind of really dig deep into authority, right? It's all about authority. It's all about shifting outside of this, what society thinks women should be, right? We're moving into a new era, into a new conversation, a new age where things have to become a lot more solidified for women to survive in this season. And most of that is going to come by way of how we think about ourselves, anchoring anchoring ourselves, right? So we have to learn how to do that emotionally and mentally. One thing that I will say is that women, we do very well. We do very, very well in spaces where there is some level of control, and we do very well in spaces where we can always get immediate feedback, right? We can always get immediate feedback. However, when it comes down to business, you literally have to reverse that. You have to reverse how you feel about people giving you feedback, because the feedback is going to come after you decide to put your creative projects out there, right? And once you do that, then people are going to give you feedback by way of how the value that you put out there, how you speak to your audience, how you handle certain crises and chaotic moments that come up in your business, as you are marketing, as you are writing content, etc. Right? So we're going to dig deep into some pieces, and we're going to talk about the characteristics of a thought leader And when I really break these things down, it's going to really give you some substance as to, am I in alignment to that? Because we do need to have spaces where we check ourselves. We're going to have to check ourselves. Hey, Melissa, we're going to have to check ourselves in terms of leadership. Are we leading with thought? Okay. If you can see me and hear me, put one in the comments, give me some hearts. Let me know. This is a kind of a pulse check, like a housekeeping thing. Want to make sure that everything is rocking and rolling as it should be on these apps. Y'all know tech is crazy. I had some tech issues yet. Well, it really wasn't tech issues, but Zoom was acting up. All that was happening. So I want to make sure I'm good. Okay. So thank y'all so much for your help on that. So as a business and mindset coach, right? As a business and mindset coach, I have been in this field, in this industry full time. Okay. Full time for probably about a good 4 years, maybe 4.5. And I'm counting 2019 pre-pandemic because 2019 is when I started selling digital products. I listened to women in the corporate space. I'm a very good listener. When you first meet me in person, one of the things I'm going to do is sit and I'm going to listen. I was voted class clown in high school. I know it don't make no sense. You like, how in the world? Like, you so serious online, but I'm witty. I'm witty. But I am very serious when it comes down to people's destiny. Like, I'm very serious about that. And it's because when I get in spaces, I have to observe, because I have to feel okay being in spaces where I can totally let loose and be myself. But there are phases to ourselves. Y'all catching that? There are different aspects of ourselves that we have to start understanding. I can't be a class clown all the time. I can let out a joke or three to let you know that's a part of my personality. But when it comes down to leadership and having very serious conversations, I can't play about that. Hey, Asia. Hey, Sasha. I can't play about that. Right? I can't play about that. I have to come correct. So when I am in spaces and you're meeting me for the first time, I'm going to be very quiet because I'm listening to the room. And sometimes we have to start shutting up and listening to people before we start yakking, because we will yak, baby. And we have to be careful of that because everybody ain't ready to be yapped with. Everybody ain't ready to be yapped with. I'm gonna take one of these earrings off because it's bothering me with this headphone thing over here. Because I need to know what is the temperature of the room. Just like you got to know the temperature of your audience. You got to know the even your business has a temperature, and it is either turned on or it's cold. It's either hot or cold. And if the room is telling me that I'm gonna learn here, I need to sit and be a student at somebody's feet, or I need to spark up some conversations, but the room is always going to tell me what I need to be talking about. How am I translating that into the business realm, into the social media world? If you want your audience to respond to you, this is going to hit somebody. If you want your audience to respond to you in a respectful, high level leadership manner, you're going to have to raise the temperature of your audience by how you conduct yourself online. Well, my audience, everybody on my timeline ratchet. Everybody on my timeline want to play around. That's your algorithm. Your algorithm is going to tell you everything you need to know about how you think. Just like sometimes we go in spaces all the time and we like, I don't go to places and I just, all the people there just be playing, they just be playing this ratchet music. You are in that realm. You're deciding to be there. If nobody is picking up what you putting down, if no one is feeling your energy or feeling your spirit or feeling how, like, when you walk in, leadership should be walking in after you. But coach, I want to have fun too. I'm not talking about fun in this live. This is the wrong live. We talking about business. Because that's the thing about some women. We love to have fun. Baby, I got to have, I got to let loose, baby. We talking about securing your bloodline. We ought to get tired every time, every day we looking for a party to go to. Sometimes a party needs to be put on hold and postponed for a season until you can get stable. You're not stable yet. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You ain't stable yet. I just want to talk about, you're not stable yet. I know you want to relax. I know you want to go on the trips and you want to do all the things and you want to go to the conferences and you want to do all of it. You're not ready for that. You got to get stable. And when I say conferences, I'm not talking about leadership conferences and going to learn, going into be in the space and in the room. I'm not talking about those. Please go to those. Because sometimes your surroundings, especially when you go to a level up, you need to be in spaces where people you can learn from. Some of y'all want to be what is it called? You want to be a wonder so fast. Somebody that was when I tell you that was a revelation for me about a year ago. Don't rush to be a wonder. Because some of y'all nervous systems can't even take that. Some of y'all can't even take that. You want to be a wonder. You want to have this fast. I want all this money. I want all these clients. Can your nervous system handle that? Are you working on these things? A lot of us are in coaching programs, working with a coach, and you are not working on the very things that you need to be working on. And much of that, and this is why coaching is necessary, because everybody's not a coach. I want to make sure I'm very clear on that. People, when y'all get into spaces and you're in these coaching programs, you've got to understand, what is this coach teaching me other than just how to grow this or how to be this? I need to find somebody that's going to help me with my nervous system development. I need to be in a room where I'm learning how to manage my emotions and learning how to respond to different stimuli. Because you can't fight out here all day. You got to understand, like, what are you building in your business other than an audience, sales? Are you building a community where people understand that when they come onto your page, when they come into your email list, when they come into your world, are you providing some leadership, not being a lording over people? And I want to make sure I'm very clear. I'm not here to be your manager. You should not be people's manager. Coaching is about empowering this person to be. That's why you can't coach people who don't know how to lead themselves, who don't feel stable. They have to already be winning in some capacity, which means that I got to have clients that know how to survive on their own. And if you aren't surviving on your own, don't tell me. Everything, I don't have to know about everything that's going on in your life when you come to get coached with me. You just need to tell me, this is where I'm at. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to serve my clients. This is how much I want to generate in my business. I want to learn how to grow my audience and market. I shouldn't have to ask you, do you know how to take care of yourself? Amen, somebody. I can tell when a woman is ready to be coached because she gets to the details. Ooh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. That's why all of y'all that's listening right now, you need to listen for look at details. People just telling me I don't know what I want to do right now. That's not a person that's ready. She's not ready to be coached. Y'all stop working with people that don't know what they want. And okay, so I can't help you with that. I have told people to straight up in the DMs, I can't help you with that. I'm sorry, I just can't. I don't know what to do with that. If you don't know, I don't know either, because I'm not going to give you something to do just to play around. That's out of my integrity anyway. Because a thought leader is a person who leads. I can't sit up with you 24/7 and teach you how to start grow a bit. You have to already be at some capacity understanding what kind of business you want, right? What kind of business you want to grow. I don't mind helping beginners, but I still listen to detail. You could be a startup. You could just have a business that you woke up yesterday on, but if you are not good with detail, I don't know what to do with you. Because skill is required. Is this helping somebody already? Is this helping you? Well, I just need a coach. I'm really looking for a coach. First of all, why? Why do you need a coach so bad? Do you know what coaches do? If you don't know what a coach does, you need to go look that up first. And then start listening to people. One of the things about me is that I not only do I pay attention to coaches' results, and I'm so glad, and this is some of the things that y'all need to start thinking about, especially as you learn to invest. I need to see not only their results, but I need to see how they handle themselves online. That's very important to me. That's like every time I've hired someone, I've listened to their expertise. I've listened to how they express the results and the results of their clientele. That's very important. But then also I look at that person's personality. I look at their character in so many ways before I put a dollar into anybody. That's very important. How do they show up online? How do they show up online, and what is the character of their content? Because as a thought leader, as a person who is going to be leading me into my next dimension, who's going to be leading me into my next level, what are you doing at your level where you're at? I understand that everybody, like my coach was not a 7-figure coach when I first hired her. She was not. Because I needed to know in steps how to believe first, how to believe that I could do it first. I needed that type of coach. Tell me what I can do right now and then lead me to the next thing. Because see, sometimes we be ready to get to 7 and 8 figures, and we haven't yet gotten to the place where we can consistently generate 5 figures in our business over time. We have not anchored ourselves in 5 figures yet, but we're ready to get to 6. And our nervous system has not really owned that yet because you're still trying to figure out 5. Because you start all the time. But you want somebody to put this magic wand over your head and make you, and this is another thing too, with women, for sure, we have this issue real bad, real bad. We're waiting on someone to come get us. We're waiting on someone to to give us the validation. You have to internalize your own validation first. You're worthy of it right now as you are today. But am I building a long-term business or a business to just bridge bills? I have to ask myself these types of questions. Because if I'm only looking at it to make some side hustles, I need to go find me a side hustle coach. And that side hustle coach is not going to be worried about your emotional development. I'm not in the business of side hustles. I'm in the business of a longevity business, of a permanency business, a business rooted in eternity. I'm in it for transformation. If you are not trying to transform or become a different person, or you want to stay and hold the type of life that's giving you stress and anguish and keeping your edges raw, you go over there with love. Hashtag. Mm-hmm. Amen, somebody. Thought leadership. Number one, deep expertise, leading with skill. Lord Jesus, leading with skill. That's why a lot of times women don't show up and you wonder, it's so many people like, I know I'm good at what I do, but I'm just so tired of being a hidden. I used to say that all the time. I'm tired of being a hidden secret, and you need to be loud. I'm sorry. I had to come to the understanding that I have to be loud if I wanted to get things done. I had to be known and gradually walk in that and be okay with being known more and more and more. See, these types of conversations, some of y'all are not ready for because you still want to be quiet and humble and nice. Nice girls never finish first. People do not understand. I remember I told my friend that, and she was like, "Oh, I'm just, I just want to just build without nobody knowing." I said, "You're gonna be broke. You're gonna be broke. You're gonna have to be okay with being known." And because of this, these are some of the emotional things that we go through. I want to be out there, Jay, but I don't know if I can take. Yes, you can. It's called development. It's called maturity, growing as your business grows. Or you're going to always be stuck at growth. You're never going to scale. You're going to always be in growth mode. And growth mode is the hardest place to stay in your business because that's where burnout happens. Did you know that? Startup is always in planning phase. Startup is where you build out all this stuff and nobody buys it. Startup is for business formation. Startup is getting all your questions in alignment and your LLC and your system set up. That's where startup is. Startup is always right there. Growth is when you make your first dollar. When you earn your first dollar in your business, you have officially went into growth mode. Now, you can skip to decline. You can skip right over scale and go into decline because it's 4 phases in business. You have startup, you have growth, you have scale, and then you have decline. After decline, you will have to go right back to startup because that means your business is closing. Growth is where most women stay at because scaling requires you're running a company. That's when you officially in, when you have clients that are on recurring payment plans, there are payments coming in every month, there are transactions happening every single day. Clients are coming to you, referrals are coming your way. If you are not consistently generating transactions in your business on a daily basis, you are in decline mode, period. So if you are posting online talking about, oh, I'm, eating at this, at brunch, and you're always talking about brunch and how you talk about, I just love cooking for my family. But, DM if you want to schedule a consultation. A consultation for what? Brunches? But you help people with creating ebooks, or you help people with herbal nutrition. You're off. Because you're not in the phase of understanding what you're even doing. You're trying to avoid. And that's just what we cannot do in this season. Okay. Number 2, bring a unique perspective to the industry that you're in. Everybody knows where I stand. And if you don't, you'll learn, right? So you'll learn where I stand on different things. I'm a huge supporter of marriage. Y'all know talk about marriage here. How I talk about it. However, I'm only for marriage for the original intent, which is to be people that want to build something. I am not for love-based relationships, love-based marriages. I'm just not. Because those are rooted in poverty. I'm sorry. I'm not going to what is it called, unconditionally love a man when he's not doing what he's supposed to do as a man. I have a problem with that. But when you come into my world, you'll realize that, like, oh, Jay don't play about like that. You know, she supports marriage, but the man got to do what he's supposed to do. I bring a unique perspective to the business world, to the business world, when in regards to business. Okay, so what do you believe in regarding business? Well, I believe that women should build business models that supports their womanhood. What do I say about that? It needs to be, number one, it needs to be scalable, and it needs to be multi-tiers. There needs to be a signature offer where there's some scalability there so that you know what's coming in every single month to protect the upkeep of your business and to support clients. But you also need a ladder that moves up to that. So all of the things that are below the scalable offer or the group program offer or the whatever offer that you have is leading up to. Everything has a direct correlation or indirect correlation, but everything is a stair step to understanding the total view. Because the scalable product or the scalable offer is always the ultimate transformation and the results that the client ultimately wants. As a coach, my job is to transform that woman. The woman is supposed to come in one way and she leaves out completely different. If she has not, like, she can complete the program, but if she does not leave out a different person, then she has to check herself, because my program promise is that there's an evaluation system. My job is to keep producing students in that program so that when they leave, they know what it's like to be in that realm. You're supposed to come out different. There should be a test. That's a testimony. I came in lost and confused and did not know what I was doing. And then I left like this, knowing what I was doing, sure of myself. I went from unsure to sure. I went from not having to having. I went from not understanding to understanding. I went in zero, came out. I know what it's like to generate $20,000 a month. I know what it's like to produce 6 figures plus. There was a process. Is your coaching program, are your offers set up to do that? If your offers are not set up to help your clients become somebody else, we need to have a conversation. Coaches, if you are a coach, that's your job, to have people come in one way and leave out another way. But see, would that coach tell me that, my hashtags weren't right? Girl, I don't care about no hashtags. I care about the transformation of your client. This is why I don't coach like everybody else. Social media is fixated on telling you what to do instead of empowering you to ask yourself your own questions so you can develop yourself. Self-leadership is a primary thing that a lot of coaching programs do not promote. I didn't perked up now because y'all riled me up. Y'all won't wake up, Facebook. Wake up. Passionate and strong communicators. Are you that? I show up when I can. Why don't you, where's your client? Oh, coach, it's just so much. Like, I feel like sometimes, stop. We got an excuse for everything. Wake up in here. Some of us do not understand, like, what are you building here? I can't see the comments. Y'all talking. I don't know what everybody's saying. You have to be able to understand that you are in business for the long haul, and what are you in business to do? What are you in business to do? Are you here to transform people? What are you here to do? In the comments, like, what are you in business to do? I really, that's an actual question at this point. Tell me, what are you in business to do? That's a real question. Because we can get out here and act like we're passionate about things, but we're not acting like that. We're not in alignment too. I told y'all, sometimes women, when we are developing, we're good with being online and having conversations that are not targeted and not strategic, but then we also think that that is the same thing as showing up, and that's not the same thing as showing up. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. There is no alignment in that. And see, in the matriarch CEO, I tell, like, women be like, oh, I really want to join that. Okay, so do you know who you are? Because that's going to take a woman, even if you have children, even if you have a spouse. Do you know what a matriarch is? That's a woman of power right there. Are you okay with walking in that? The only way that this is going to work, if you have a spouse or a partner that understands who you are. If you don't have that, you're only going to go as far as the perspective and the perception of the spouse, of the partner's perception of success. You're not going to go farther than what they think. And if you don't care about what they think about success and is very limited, prepare to have some instability right there. And I love when I'm not gonna lie to you, I promise you, and I'm being 100%. I don't care about no man's opinion. And that's why you gotta let them know. I'm one of those women, I'm gonna let you know. And that's not masculine at all. That's not masculine. But I have, if I'm bearing children, they can't be working for corporate. You're not gonna build nobody else's utopia. Let me tell y'all something real quick. I had a very hard conversation with Madeline yesterday. Madeline, if you don't know who Maddie is my baby. She's my only child. Okay. I ain't got no other kids. She was born of a marriage. Oh Lord, about to be 16 years ago. She'll be 16 next month. Y'all pray for me. I had a very hard conversation that she took me to. She said, because she was in her bed, lights out in her room, and it was just dim. And I said, I bust in doors, honey. I busted it because ain't no closed doors in my house. I walked, I said, what is going on? What, mommy? That's how what? She still calls me mommy, by the way. What, mommy? I said, Madeline, what is going on up in here? You don't tell me you're depressed. I just feel so. We have a relationship. So before y'all getting y'all like, oh my gosh, she's yelling at her child at and she's not. No, 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 no. First of all, I used to be a therapist. Let me throw that out there. I tough love and Maddie. No, that when her mama come and we have a very good relationship. I thank God for it. I'm very grateful that I can talk like that, and it's not abusive, right? It's not off. She knows when I come in and I'm, girl, what is up? And see, her nose turns red when she's getting ready to cry. So I already know, like when her nose gets to going, when she turns into Rudolph, I know it's about to be. I said, raise up out of that bed, turn on some lights. I flicked on that, turn on the blinds. I said, get up. What's it? I feel so behind. I said, behind on what? She had to make up something because she didn't know. I just feel like I don't go anywhere. I said, with who? I just feel like I don't go where teenagers go. I said, have your friends asked you to go anywhere? Do y'all go anywhere? Do y'all do anything? No. That's okay. So that's your friend's fault. What else? Go down the line. What else? Second thing, what? I just need to get my YouTube channel going. I said, okay, so where's your camera? Because I bought you one. You have a new laptop. So what else? I need a battery for it. I said, how much is the battery, man? $50. I said, okay. Let's go get a battery then. What else? Number 3. What else is new? I just now she's strong. I said, listen, let me tell you something. You need to be creating. You in this bed looking crazy with this $4,000 dog yapping in his cage over here, and she's tired of being in here. Y'all know Beyonce is our mini golden doodle. I said, you need to get up and create something. The only way that you're gonna have the life that you want is by creating what you want. Do you understand that? Yes, ma'am. I said, get out of your feelings and let's create. Get the YouTube thing going. Hey, you're right. Am I frozen? Facebook, I don't know if I'm frozen or not. Let me see where I'm at. Okay. Teenager. She said, well, your selfish coach said, it's them. I have a 16-year-old daughter as well. I'm telling you, just create this. It's first world problems. It's first world, honey, first world problems. They have to invent problems so they can feel better about themselves. I said, nothing wrong with you. Get up. Now, I know when something's wrong with my child. Now, I do know when something's bothering her, but when nothing wrong with her. Honey, I done came downstairs. I sat at my little desk. She come downstairs. Completely new person. Um, this is what I'm thinking. Like, didn't say anything. Like, mommy, okay, thank you so much for talking to me earlier. She said, mommy, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm thinking about the background. I got that grass. I got this in my cart, this in my cart, this in my cart. And I really need to, I said, okay, so when you gonna start filming? I'm gonna start filming, like I'm gonna do a vlog, I'm gonna do a content calendar. I said, what's up? What's going on? I said, I'm basically a new person now. This is what she told me. I just hollered laughing. I said, okay. I said, okay. All right. Sounds good to me. Then she texted me today. Oh, we have a basketball game tomorrow. I'm going to vlog. Is there okay if I go to the basketball game? I said, where's it? Because it all depends. Y'all know I'm in Memphis. So I'm like, what basketball game is it at? Where is it? Because you ain't going on any basketball game. So she told me, I said, okay, you can go to the basketball game. What I'm trying to tell you is, what's the point of that whole story? You got to know the temperature of your audience. You got to know who you're talking to, because people will give you details and you know how to take it from there. But see, if you don't have any discernment and wisdom in knowing how to navigate your audience to take a specific step to do something, they're going to stay back. They're not going to learn anything. And you're going to continue to get frustrated because you haven't primed your audience to do anything. You're not conditioning them for what you would require in some of your programs up here. Some of y'all will go live and you will post and then you go silent for 3 months because you mad because ain't nobody touching and punching on your link. You haven't primed them and taken. You understand what I'm saying? There is no conditioning. Like I tell my clients on social media, when I go live, I'm conditioning you to come up. When they get in my programs, I'm conditioning for them to work with me one-on-one. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't take one-on-ones anymore unless they have been in my program. That's the only way I'm working a one-on-one now. I'm not taking no one-on-ones outside of that. So you would have to go through the matriarch. Because I don't know what level you at on a one-on-one. And that's a lot of energy. I gotta already be used to you. Because there's some things that we're gonna have to uncover and talk about. And it ain't gonna be about no babysitting feelings. We going deep dives on one-on-ones at this point. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's a coach right there. So if you're going to be passionate about this and you're going to generate income and generate money, what are you doing to move your people up? And I create a community for that. The first so let's go here. The first offer, y'all already know. For those, and if y'all answer this wrong, I'm gonna flip the table. What is the first offer? What is the first offer for my clients that's on here on Facebook, the Instagram? I'm quizzing my folks over here on Facebook. What is the first offer? Don't y'all say lead magnet. Hey, Ashley. What is the first offer, right? The first offer. I'm telling you, I'm freezing again on Facebook because I'm tired of Facebook. Facebook is. Tell me where we at. Ayana. Ayana, you just got in though. You just got in. The first offer is your content. Your first offer is your content. Okay? Your first offer is your content. Your content is what people need to see first. It's before your lead mag. It's what gets people to step into something else. If my content is not in alignment to where my clients want to go or my ideal client wants to go, she's not going to opt in. Going to opt in. Right? She's not going to opt. She's not going to opt in. Facebook, if it keeps freezing, come on over to Instagram. If it keeps freezing, come to Instagram because Instagram I'm rolling over here, okay? Just FYI. I want to make sure that's clear. Okay. Okay, thank you, Sasha. She said it's okay, perfect. Okay. So I just want to make sure. Perfect. Okay. I want to make sure that everybody knows that. So for people to want to be in your world, your content is going to give everybody the opportunity to decide if I want to keep following her, right? So everybody that I am talking to, they got to want to opt in and do something. They got to want to come and do something else. They got to want to get in my world and get into that space. Where is she talking more deeper? Because guess what? When I get you offline, I can talk to you without social media limitations. because I'm only limited by the algorithm. Like some keywords I can't say. Some things that social media will not allow me to, circulate posts and all these other things. I would have to get you offline. Another thing, the next offer is always going to be a lead magnet in so many ways. There has to be some type of free resource. But if the people are not checking for you on a free resource, it's because they ain't checking for the first level, which is the content. And if you're not visible in posting content when you're growing your audience, and y'all please stop. If you know that you don't have clients coming through, please stop listening to people that are already elevated in their business and they're not talking to you. You need to post several times a day and show your face several times a week at first. Well, I don't want to do that. Girl, what do you want to do? You want to build a business or do you not? You're in the stage of growth. Let's get out of that. Once you get into the stage of scalability, then you can kind of relax a little bit because you'll have a team to be supported that will do some of the heavy lifting for you, and you can concentrate on the critical pieces of the business like coaching, client management, simplifying the business model, marketing, podcasts, things like that. You trying to be over here and you not mastering this yet. I told y'all you want to be a wander too fast and you haven't mastered your emotions in that. That's mastery. We've got to learn how to do that, okay? We have to learn how to do that. Should there be systems set in place so the client can pretty much find the product they need? Absolutely. But you also can have a funnel, which is what we talk about in our 6-week. We have a 6-week cohort that's going on right now. It's $1,000. Our next meeting, our second meeting is coming up this Wednesday. And if you want to join, let me know. It's $1,000, or there are 2 payments, $497 with the next payment due in 30 days. We closing up today for that too. Actually, deadline was yesterday, but I will do that for a person today if they want to come in. And we do have funding options. We're learning how to build funnels. So the thought leadership part, when your content has to be rich enough for people to want to come in. If your content is not rich enough, is that people are not going to come. And you have to perfect your audience. You got to get better at that. Are you creating relationships and commenting on other people's? I'm doing everything I tell my clients to do. Ain't nothing changed. I just feel like it's not going fast enough. Get better at creating content. Get better at your messaging. Test, 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 test. This is where maturation comes in. This is what that process looks like. Growth requires that. You have to get better at that. You have to get better at that. And you got to want to get better at that. A lot of y'all want to get better, but you say that, but the desire is not there to get better. Welcome debate and uncomfortable conversations. Welcome debate and uncomfortable convos, right? You have to be okay with having difficult conversations with people. When they say things like, well, this price is just too high, you have to understand that person is projecting. The price is not too high. It's just outside of their budget, but they have to let you know that because they don't have the emotional management skills. What's the writing program you mentioned? It's right here, Raven. Here it is right here. Digital, oh, that's a loss to lead system. Hold on. That is, I love that system. I love all my products. I'm sorry, I just do. And I'm not saying it because I'm mean. And that's another thing. You gotta like what you do. You gotta love what you do. You can't just throw stuff together. It's got to be intentional. I'm big on process. I'm big on the process. And when I say big on the process, that means I want people to go into something and learn a thing. Raven, I just posted it. You have to love what you do. You have to love it. And you got to love it, and you can be able to speak to it. What does that look like from an authority standpoint? From an authority standpoint, you have to protect what is sacred. Your work is sacred. And it goes past the trademarks. It goes past the it goes past trademarks and all that stuff. Like, yes, government law, you want to keep things, very, very, I get it, right? But it goes past that because people will try to pollute what God has given you. And I'm not here to preach on here. I'm not here to bring no church on here, but because entrepreneurship is spiritual. You don't have nobody over you telling you to get up and get on here every day. You don't have nobody on here telling you that you need to focus and you need to focus and you need to focus. You don't have nobody telling you that. You don't have anybody telling you that you need to start your DMs today. You don't have nobody doing that. You don't have anybody telling you to make offers today. Like, I'm gonna ask you, it's almost 11 o'clock my time. For some of y'all, it's 12. Some of y'all is probably earlier. Have you made offers today? Have you made an offer today? Mondays are for sales. Are you making sales? Because you need to root yourself in today so that you can coast the rest of the week. Today is also, it is the 8th. It is the first 2 weeks of the month. You need to go all in on your business. I don't know how many times I got to tell folk that. Because at the end of the month, you don't want to be scrambling trying to find sales and scrambling you, as a CEO of your business, you are obligated to look at your transactions and say, okay, we did good. You don't need to be just skating by and, well, see, this is some of y'all. Well, I did close one client. How much? $500. That's not a business, baby. You went and got groceries. What did you do with that $500? Because what are you going to do with it? Already spent it. You think that's your money. It's not your money. It's not your money. I want y'all to understand it. What is the baseline? Here we go. I'm getting on. I got to get off in a minute because I got to go work. I'm working now, but you know what I mean. I need y'all to hear me on this. And I really want y'all to hear me this year. Women, stop coddling yourself in going slow in your work because you are afraid of being, oh, Jesus, you're afraid of being rejected and all this other stuff. You have got to learn how to hold yourself accountable. It is not cute to have a business that is below the target. What is your goal every single month? And then if you see by the 15th, you're not hitting that goal, what do you do then? This is why you can stay on top of things instead of scrambling at the end of the month. Oh, I got to hurry and pay my coach. Oh, I got to hurry and pay my mentor. I don't have no money. Where were you the 1st to the 15th? Where were you the first, like the end of the month to the end of the month? Where, like the end of like January, I'm sorry, January, December to December, January 31st. Where were you during those times? In between them 30 days, what are you doing? Because not making sales in your business is unacceptable. Listen to what I'm telling you. Hear me. Hear me. Y'all, please. Where is it, Eric? Y'all sleep? See, when I start talking about making money, everybody go and scatter and say, ooh, I just need you to tell me about my emotions. No. I just need you to tell me how I need to just get myself together. Absolutely not. Because you're still in business, boo. So when I started talking about making money, that's why I said, are you building a business or are you coddling you bored? Oh, we she talking about making money. Now I got to go. Coach. When you start talking about I gotta actually create money in my business, just tell me how I need to get myself together. Just tell me I just need to. Just tell me how much I need to just get my, I need to mature and how I need to set boundaries. Just tell me how I need to get my systems, what system I need to use. You're buying all these systems and nobody is in them. Oh, Lord, help us. Please help us. Dear said, we tell it. Where are the sales? I'm only okay with doing just a little bit just to get by because if I do just here, it's okay. And I can just take my time. Girl, stop. But God called you to be a millionaire. You're not going to be a millionaire. I'm telling you right now. I'm overriding the prophecy. I'm telling you that you're not going to be a billionaire. Absolutely not. Are you studying what billionaires are doing? Are you studying what millionaires are doing? They're not nice people. I didn't say they have to be. What is their routine? What do they eat every day? Elon get talked about all day long, all day long. Drugs, this, that, he doing this, he doing that. But he got there. But what was his routine? Well, I don't like, capitalism. Shut down the business then. You cannot be hating capitalism, or you can't be hating capitalism and then want a business at the same time. You're a capitalist when you start a business, ma'am. You not understand that? Hmm? When you have an LLC or whatever, you run on the same line as Google. Wake up. Boy, I tell you. There are people right now, when you go to these events and stuff like that, and you hear somebody saying they made 6 figures, 7 figures in their business within, 3 months or whatever. Y'all don't, you don't go and ask them how. What was your routine? What did you do every day? How did you get up in the morning? And what was the first thing you did? We don't ask questions like that. I tell people right now, I made $100,000 in the first 5 months of my business, and nobody asked me. So, like, how did you do? Like, what did you do every day? I don't get them kind of questions. It's just be like, man, it is so good, coach. Nobody comes and asks because you're not serious. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you, I'm hurting your feelings today. I love you, but I'm hurting your feelings today because y'all really don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it like you say you do. I've told y'all, some of y'all know this story. I remember when I first got into that coaching program back in 2020, and I looked at everybody, I was like, how y'all making this money like this? I was like, oh, wait, this is messing with me. And I don't read. Now, what if I told you I don't read no books? I go and sell. And we got to ask the right questions. I love you, Natural by Royal Crown. She said, what books do you read? What if I told you that books aren't required? We need to sell. Books are necessary for just expansion of thought, but you don't need to read anything to go and make some sales. You just need to go make sales. There's no other way to do it than to go do it. What meditation practice did you have? Billionaires ain't got to meditate. Did y'all know that too? Meditation is only for people that have extreme anxiety and need to root themselves. Because an anxious body, and I thank you for answering that question, but sometimes we have to start asking questions that make us get up and go on. I'm in the zone now. I didn't hyped up. I'm woke. I'm woke. What is going to get you out of planning mode and into the work? Have you made offers today? You need to make some offers. I don't care what they say. If they say no, I'm not interested, please don't email me anymore. Make offers. I don't care. You got to get up and move. We want to put stuff in front of us that keep us in the mode of thinking and learning. I just want to learn. You learn by doing. You learn by applying. You learn by implementing. Okay, so here's the next question that comes after that. Okay, so how do I implement? You implement by getting in spaces where you can learn it and hit it. If not, you need to invest in yourself. That's the thing. A lot of people, that's where everything stops at right there. Because not only do you need to invest in money, but you got to invest in time and energy and attention. These are all currencies that a lot of us don't want to spend because we want to spend time reading about Cat Williams and getting mad at Stanley Cups. But when I got in that program, let me go back. When I went in that program, I'm looking at everybody like, how and where they making all this money? I could have just been sitting there and wondering and whining about how nothing in my life is going right. How everything in my life, I just keep having all this resistance. Don't nobody care about that. Girl, where do I go to go? You need to put that in the comments. I gotta go to go. You gotta go to go. Period. Because y'all don't want to go. You don't want to go. God called me to be a millionaire. I was looking crazy. God called me to be a millionaire. You ain't gonna be there, baby, if you're not asking the right questions. I was looking at everybody and said to myself, what are they doing? Well, my question wasn't going to be answered within because I didn't have them. So I need to go to the people and ask, what are you doing every day? Thank God I did. Because I talked to one person gave me a fleshly answer, like a very surface level answer. I said, that ain't good enough for me. Oh, I just, she was real surface with me. And I understand. I ain't even mad at her because guess what? I had to want it. I could have settled with that answer. I could have said, okay, well, maybe I just need to be patient then. No, 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 no. That answer wasn't good enough for me. I went to somebody else. She told me what she did. And she went step by step. She said, girl, I email, I DM everybody. Da, 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 da. I do like 50 DMs a day. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, so I held her answer. I held because that is outside of my comfort zone. It was something that I had never done before, and it was foreign to me. And then I went and asked another person. She told me the same thing. She was like, girl, I do about 50 to 100 DMs a day. I was like, okay. I said, okay, I got two answers of the same. And I looked at their results and their results were crazy, which means it was results that I wanted. I wanted 15,000. I wanted $30,000 weeks. I wanted $40,000 months. I wanted 50. Y'all, where are you? Y'all sleep? Wake up. Talk to me. Where are you? I gotta go to go. That's another thing too. I have to ask y'all to put in the comments. I don't even see them if unless my comment section is broke. But you gotta realize I'm pulling you up. I'm pulling you up. And you got to get out of your feelings about that. Nobody is coming to get you. Nobody. Some of y'all are kept women, and I get it. I would look, but see, if I'm kept, I gotta find something outside of me being kept in order to go. Because the soft life has to be earned, baby. Soft life has to be earned. Y'all not there yet. It's you pretty, you're a gorgeous woman, you're beautiful, but you're not there yet. Is your child's stuff in a trust fund? No, get up. Do you want children? Get up. If you have babies right now and they don't have, like, your children should not be working at no Popeyes, no Chick-fil-A, no McDonald's. They should not be working at those places. And if you got a business, you need to get your butt up off that couch, get to your desk, and you got to work. Why isn't your baby being trained up after you? You are the matriarch. You are the woman. Teach the nation. There's a nation inside of your baby. Why are you not teaching that baby and getting that baby up to speed? I was telling my client the other day, she was like, oh, coach, I just, my baby is, I said, let me tell you something. If the father is not in the picture, you are in charge. If he ain't doing nothing to make sure that his lineage and his seed is being secured, you are it. Some of y'all, I told y'all, what did I tell you? Some of y'all ain't got nothing to even prove the court. But the daddy, he don't never say yes. Tell the judge, like what I tell y'all last week. The judge, tell the judge, listen here. I have a business. My son is my only offspring. My daughter is my offspring. My children are my offspring. They are being trained under this company to take over. They're going to ask you about your business. And if you sit up there and you open your mouth and you belch zero, where is the company? Y'all, come on here. Where? You're not building wealth. You're not building it. I just want to build generational wealth. It starts with you, ma'am. I said, we lazy. We are lazy. It has nothing to do with trauma. You lazy. If you want children one day, get up. They are not free. They are not dolls. If you have no children, God can send you a spiritual son or daughter to learn up under you, but you got to be doing something. You got to be in the purpose. When I heard that people were doing these things, I had to make a decision. Am I ready to do this? Am I really ready to do this? I said what I was doing before was not helping me. So it's time for me to get in my work. I got to go and do the Father's business. Honey, I got to work. I got to going. And when I tell you $18,000 came to me in my business within 10 days, I knew. I knew. Because sometimes you got to prove to yourself that you can do it. Madeline, get out of my live. Go to school. See, she on Instagram popped in, pop out. You got to learn how to protect what God has given you, but you can't do that if everything is at zero at the end of the month. Everything is, you cannot be at zero. Stop being okay with zero every month. We got to stop that. It's the 8th of the month. Stop being okay with a little bit. You should be, I'm sorry, I'm going to go here and I got to get off. You should be 25 DMs is not enough if it's not bringing you in it. Like, I give you a number to hit, but it ought to be something in you to say, I got to go. I'm fighting my way out of this. I'm fighting for my destiny. There's no fight in us anymore. And some of y'all say, well, that's masculine. I don't care about a masculine. I don't care about a feminine, because the most masculine thing that you can be is broke. And that's toxic masculine. In fact, that's just poverty, period. Like, why would you even want to associate? Like, I don't care about that. I don't care how puffy your sleeves are. I don't care how pink your dresses are. I don't care about that. Girl, are you securing yourself? Like, we got to get that's going to be right there, that the have and the have nots. The haves are going to be the people that ran through to the other side. And the have nots are going to be the people that trotted and moonwalked all the way to wherever. And it wasn't enough because you were so in, I don't want to burn out. Girl, burn out to me is staying in poverty. Burnout to me, that's why I said you got to shut your ears down, because some people want you to stay at the bottom. When I hear millionaires say, oh gosh, if I could do it all over again, I wouldn't have done it like that. I would have taken my time. They want you to stay a worker. Listen, because they need workers. All millionaires don't want you to get up there. Y'all got to start listening for context clues. Everybody don't want you to be a winner. Even when they're telling you tips on how to be up there, baby, they wrestle and they would do it all over again. If they lost all their money, they would do it all over again and they would get there faster. I will never listen to nobody tell me to take my time. I do not listen to people tell me to take. I'm telling you again, I don't listen to people that tell me to take my time. Because I don't have that kind of time. I'm 40 years old. This is it for me, baby. I have to see paradise. I have to see the good of the land while I'm here. I have to see that. I don't want to be limited to Jay ain't got it, or she's still, she's still trying to wrestle with that little business girl. That's not the narrative that we want at this point. And some of y'all are young and can experience, but you want to sit and struggle. I don't understand that. Help me with that. Oh, coach, I I don't know what to tell you, but you have to mature as you go. You have to be okay with growth. You have to be okay with progress. You have to be okay with process. You have to invest in yourself. Stop acting like that there's no investment that comes with this. You're investing deep into yourself. You know that you're going to get a 10x return. You got to act like it. Jay, I can't afford the matriarch. Get a course and let's go. And log into it, please. Don't log in and then say you're going to sit down on Saturday and you never sit down on a Saturday. Don't say I'm going to join this course and then I'm going to sit down in 2 weeks and do it when I really just can sit down, and you never sit down. This is why you late to everything. You late on everything. Some of y'all should have been millionaires 2 years ago. And you let time slip and slide because you scared to appear. I got to get off of here. I got to get off. Get your life together. Get coached. Get coached. I run a program called the Matriarch CEO Coaching Program. Get your life together. It is a 4-figure investment before you even pop on over here. We do have funding available. You sign up by the 15th, you get a year's support of coaching. A year. After that, we're going back to the 4 months. That's it. I know people drop off when I start talking about offers, but that's what I'm here for. You ain't finna just, you got to know what I'm doing so you can transform your life. All right? DM me. Let's have a conversation about it. Y'all have a blessed rest of your Monday. We'll talk soon. Bye, Instagram. Thank you for joining me. All right? Facebook, let's get it together. Let me know.